Hello and welcome to the Supportive Care Services Virtual Lunch and Learn series. My name is Vonsell Hunter with the Ironwood Cancer and Research Center's Marketing Department. The Supportive Care Services Department has created a series of virtual lunch and learn videos to help you be successful when navigating your cancer journey. Our Supportive Care Services Department is here to help you get actively involved in your healing process. For more information about the Supportive Care Services Department, please email socialwork@ironwoodcrc.com.
Thank you, Vonsell. That was a great introduction. I appreciate it. I'm outside at the Chandler office of Ironwood Cancer Research Center, and today we're going to do a lunch and learn on taking care of your skin during treatment for oncology patients. It's really hot out here today. One of the first things you should be doing is putting sunglasses on to protect your eyes and so you don't squint. And the other thing you should do is get out of the sun. It's so hot out here, let's go inside and get to our lunch and learn. My name is Ann Sherman. I'm an esthetician and I'm also a nurse, and I work with oncology patients and general aesthetics as well. So family members to oncology patients. I would also like to take this moment to thank Ironwood Cancer Research Centers for asking me to do this session. I wish we could be all together face to face, but this is the best option we have right now, so this is going to work. I wanted to talk today about skin health during chemotherapy and radiation treatment. This is a very difficult time for you, as you well know, and your body needs to be as healthy as possible. And our number one organ is the skin. The skin protects us, and so we need to take care of it so it can take care of us. Dehydration is the biggest challenge with cancer patients, whether it be chemotherapy, radiation, or both. It's a side effect, and the most important thing to do is to be kind to your skin. When you take showers, make sure they're not too hot. You don't ever want to stand under a hot shower. So take the shower in a tepid water. I know that that's not the most pleasant, but it's hot here in Arizona now, and even our warm water is warm. So just take a shower. When you get out of the shower, blot your skin dry with a towel. When you're cleansing your face, blot your skin dry. Make sure you always include your neck and your décolleté. The next thing that I wanted to mention to you is to try to stay away from harsh solvents like alcohol. If you find that you've skinned yourself or got some type of a little scrape on your skin, best to avoid putting alcohol on that. You might want to put witch hazel on it or hydrogen peroxide. It's just, alcohol is very, very drying to the skin normally. I don't put alcohol on anyone. Also, avoid fingernail polish remover, which is something that I wanted to talk about anyway, because when you're going through treatment for cancer, your immune system is compromised, which I'm sure the nurses have already educated you on this. But what you need to do is try to find a mineral fingernail polish. Sometimes you can find nice ones at Sprouts or some type of a natural store. And then if you want them to do your polish, take it in with you and have them do the polish, and you take that polish back home with you. That way only you are using that polish. And you don't allow cuticle trimming or anything like that, because that is an opportunity to create a pathway for germs to enter your body. So the best thing to do is to make sure you really do know your spa and that you trust them, and that you know they have cleanliness protocols. Also, when we do skin care, the first thing we need to do is think about the products that we're using. We want the products to be gentle. So anything that you're looking at to purchase to wash your face especially should have the word gentle in it, because we want to remove the dirt and the oils, but we don't want to dry the skin with any harsh, soapy, sudsy things, which a lot of products have that in it, emulsifiers, so that you get a lot of lather because we think that that is what gets us clean, but actually it's just the water and the product together and then rinsing it off. That's how you clean your skin. For those of you going through radiation treatment, there are some things to remember that I thought I would just point out. And one of them, the first one, is to make sure that all of your markings that have been put there by the team, the radiation team at Ironwood Cancer Research Center, are intact. You don't want to try to wash them off or anything like that. You want to protect them, keep them moisturized, and keep all the skin moisturized. When you go in for a treatment, a radiation treatment, your skin needs to be as clean as it can be. No moisturizers on until after the treatment. If you notice any side effects, that would be something that you would need to report to your nurses or your doctor. Redness, any signs of, any problems other than the side effects that they will educate you on when you start the process. You also want to, if your skin, there are signs that the skin is getting super dry. The first one is redness, second one is itching, and the third one is when the skin actually starts to crack. So if your skin is itchy, whether it be, wherever it is, your leg, your arm, your face, wherever, the first thing you need to do is to make sure it's clean and make sure it's moisturized. When you do that, that itchiness will calm. And there are other things you can do to calm an irritated skin. Natural things like lavender essential oil helps a great deal to calm the skin and take that redness away. It's also a natural antibacterial, so that's a double benefit. The next thing I think that you need to do is always be cognizant of the area that's being treated. In other words, don't wear clothing that's going to be too tight and maybe cause more sweating. You just want to try to keep your clothing loose and keep things void of irritation, because irritation then leads to other problems, and you don't need that right now. If you are noticing that you're having a lot of moisture in your skin from perspiration, natural things like cornstarch with maybe a little essential oil, applying that to a skin fold helps a great deal. You don't have to have some powder that's, leaving all types of perfumes and things like that. You don't need to do that. And probably you have cornstarch in your cupboard right now, so just keep it simple and use that, and that'll get you the same effect, and it's much cleaner and kinder to the skin. The other point I wanted to make about radiation is that you can put moisturizer on those areas without worrying about it. Avoid the sun, of course, but anything that you want to do that seems out of the normal or seems that it might be a little bit of a risk, you always want to run by your nurse or your doctor. If you're planning a trip and you think you might be out playing in the sun, and I always go back to the sun because we live in Arizona and it's sunny here every day. So try to think about that. If you are going to be outside playing with the kids or whatever, do it before 10 or well after 3 p.m. The sun isn't at its hottest point at those times, and also probably a lot more enjoyable heat-wise. So just try to remember that. I would avoid hot tubs and and definitely hot yoga or anything like that. And swimming pools also, you know, there's a lot of chemicals in a swimming pool, and that's something that you just need to be mindful of to protect yourself. When we're cleansing our skin, we always want to do it gently. And if you are exposed to chemicals in a pool or whatever, you always want to make sure you bathe right after you are in the pool, because you want to get those chemicals off your skin, and then put moisturizer on. The next topic I would like to cover is cleansing your face. And when we cleanse our skin, we should, you know, usually pull your hair away from your face, and if you have lost your hair, you can also have your head as part of your cleansing. When my patients come in to see me, I not only wash their face, but I massage their head too, because just because there's no hair up there right now doesn't mean that there will be. This too will come back. And so I like to just take some water in your hands and just splash your face. It doesn't have to be dripping wet. Take a little bit of product, about a dime size of a gentle skin cleanser, and take that cleanser, emulsify it in your hands, and then start up here, go all the way around. Make sure you get your nose really good, all the way around, all the way. Always remember your neck and your décolleté, and you will thank me in years to come, because then you won't have to go, what's going on with this neck of mine? So just remember, the more movement you have in your skin, the more it keeps your skin taut. It keeps your skin strong. So just play with your skin, and that does nothing but benefit it. And then if you do it while you're applying moisture, that's even more beneficial. So then after we've cleansed all the way down, we just rinse it off again and blot dry with a towel, a clean towel. And then you're going to spray your face with toner. Toner helps keep the skin pH balanced. The normal pH of the skin is 4.5 to 5.5. You want to keep your skin in that range. And that way your skin will be protected. The skin has what's called a barrier. And if we keep that barrier protected and pH balanced, it will keep our skin in control of being too oily, too dry. Our skin has a way of knowing that if it's too dry, it produces more oil. And if it's too oily, it diminishes, it cuts back the production. Some people wash their face a lot because they say it's oily, so I need to wash it more. Actually, that just makes the face produce more oil, because what you're doing is you're putting in the skin into a repair mode. So it just put out this oil, and you're rinsing it off with probably a harsher cleanser, so the skin is dry, and then it makes more oil, and it's a vicious cycle. You need to just be kind, be gentle. Your skin will protect you if you protect it. So now we're going to put on our serums. If you use serums, hyaluronic acid is a great serum to use. Couple pumps, and you just, whenever I apply anything to my face, I just put it on my fingertips and I just dab it, and then you just blend it in very nicely, lightly. You don't have to rub really hard. And if your skin is really dry, super dry, you can also supplement that with some emu oil. Emu oil is natural, and it comes from, yes, a cute little emu, and it will feel luxurious on your face, and it keeps your skin very hydrated. After you have those, then you put your eye cream. Now, a lot of people ask me, gosh, I have these puffy eyes or circles under my eyes. What is that from? There's 4 things that cause that. Number 1 is dehydration. Number 2 is lack of sleep. Number 3 is anemia. Number 4 is allergies. So if you are suffering from any of those, that could be affecting your eyes. So in the morning when you wake up is usually when you notice it the most because you've been lying down and there's a lot of congestion that has collected in that area. So what you want to do is just take some eye cream and you just put it on these 2 fingers and just dab it under the eye. And as you do that, you're also lightly massaging that area, which is moving that congestion out of that area, and it's also moving lymph. So those are 2 things that make our skin look puffy, and the more we massage, the more that helps to move that out so that you don't have that puffiness. A lot of people will take like cucumber slices and they'll put them on their eyes and they'll lie down. But when you lie back down, that's when all the congestion builds back up again. So your best thing is just to stay prone, and also you'll find that just moving around, it'll start to clear from your face and your head, and you'll look much better the next time you look in the mirror. Oh, speaking of mirrors, I would try to refrain from using a 10x mirror. No one looks at you through a 10x lens. We look at you through the human eye, and most of the people I look at look beautiful to me, and I'm not looking for any flaws. So just try to give yourself a break and not look in that strong mirror so much. So after we did our eyes, then we're going to put our moisturizer on. Hopefully your moisturizer during the day has an SPF, and it has to be, should be like a nice anti-aging day cream, SPF 30, UVA, UVB, broad spectrum. So you're going to take that and you're going to put dabs just like I said. And notice I'm going all the way down here. And then you're just going to blend it. Don't forget your nose, blend it, blend it. Try to use a day cream, a moisturizing day cream with SPF that's mineral based, so titanium and zinc. If it's micronized enough, it will blend in and you won't be all white. Because I know that's one of the things that people don't like about sunscreen is that it makes them all white. But if you find the right one for you, it will sink in and you won't look like a mime. Now at night, before you go to bed, when you cleanse your face, you don't need SPF, obviously. So you're just going to use a nice moisturizing, hydrating, reconstructive cream. And those types of creams have much more humectants in them, so that when you spread it on your face, it feels thicker, which is great because you have to go about 8 hours until you get hydrated again. And so you want to make sure that is going to last. Speaking of 8 hours, when you get up in the morning, the best thing you can do for your body is to take a large glass of water with lemon, fresh squeezed if you have it, and drink that, because that is like super hydrating to the body, helps you to really start the whole metabolism going in the morning, and your body and your skin will thank you for that. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about is your eyes. Your eyes may get dry when you're going through chemotherapy and radiation. So you want to make sure that you wear sunglasses when you're outside. That's very important. Just for a brief moment, if you're walking out to the mailbox, put your sunglasses on. Also, double bonus, if you have sunglasses on, you won't squint, so you won't get those lines that everybody's so concerned about. Your eyes need, if they are too dry, tell your doctor about it. He or she will probably give you some ideas of products you can use. But again, always make sure that those products are clean, natural, not a lot of chemicals in them with, chemicals that with words this long. You just want to try to keep it simple, but also make it, make sure that it's effective. So pay attention to the directions that you're getting, from your doctor, and I'm sure that those types of products will help you get through a dry period. The other thing that helps, try not to have, when you're in the car and you're driving and or a passenger, try not to have the air conditioning blowing directly on your face at all, because all it does is dry out your face. So if it's hot and you're like, and you get in the car, just have it hit you about here, the AC, have it hit you about here. I'm saying air conditioning because, again, it's summertime in Arizona. If you are cold in the morning, just same thing. You don't want the heat blowing right on your face either. Same rule for home. When you go home, you don't want to have a fan blowing right at your face. And the air conditioning vent or the heat vent that's maybe in your bedroom while you're sleeping, make sure that's not directed right at you. Have it be more directed at your core where you're sleeping in bed. And if you do use an extra fan, whether it be alongside the bed or overhead, you want to make sure that the alignment of those fans, that it's not hitting your face, because that's just going to dry out your eyes, it's going to dry out your lips, it's going to dry out your skin. And then, you're not going to be happy. It's very uncomfortable to have dry eyes. So also, stay clear of permanent makeup. Permanent makeup is a form of tattooing, and it's invasive to the skin. So that is something that you cannot do when you're going through chemotherapy and radiation. Eyelashes. Some women, some patients lose their eyelashes and their eyebrows because of their treatment. If that happens to you, try to avoid glues and false eyelashes because and eyelash extensions, because all of that it is touching your skin, and it goes into your skin. When you put something on your skin, it takes about 29 seconds to get into your body. So think about that. The skin is a natural barrier to protect us, but once it penetrates the skin, then it goes in, and we start to feel irritated. So you want to make sure that you're not doing something that maybe would cause irritation. And by that I mean, if you were doing something to your eyes, you'd see irritation around your eyes. And that is a sign that you need to stop whatever it is that you started to do. Sometimes women have, they'll put a product on their face and you'll see immediately the skin react if it's not blending with the chemistry of the skin. You will have a contact dermatitis, a redness. So you want to pay attention to your skin, and as I said, be kind to it. If you are going to wear makeup for some event or whatever, going to work, try to buy mineral makeup, and just remember that when you have a mask on, if you are going into work and you have to wear a mask, if you have a mask on, what do you see? Your eyes. So don't worry, just keep your face nice and hydrated, clean and hydrated, because as soon as you put that mask on, no matter what kind of great material it is, it dries out your face. And then you're talking inside the mask, and that has moisture. That moisture sinks into the skin because the skin is dry from the mask, and there's bacteria in that moisture, and that's why we are starting to see the maskne from people wearing masks and wearing them for most of the day. Like a lot of my healthcare workers that come to see me, God love them, they have a lot of skin issues, and understandably so. So you want to make sure that your face is nicely clean and hydrated. If you want to just draw in some eyebrows, there are stencils you can buy at the drugstore to do that, and you can get, you know, creative and use your artistic abilities and draw in your eyebrows. And remember, ladies, eyebrows are sisters, they're not twins, so they don't have to be exactly the same. If you do put on mineral makeup, you want to make sure that your brushes are clean, and it's easy to clean a brush. You just basically take a little bit of detergent, put it in your hands, swish the brush around in your hand, and then just keep rinsing it until it rinses clean. Tap it, and then just lay it on its side and let it dry on the sink. You don't want to stand it up, because then the water runs into the glue and then your bristles will start to fall out. But the other thing you may want to do to be super clean is use Q-tips, cotton balls, makeup pads, things like that you can just use, apply, and dispose of. And that is the cleanest way to go. Those little makeup sponges are pretty cool. And just remember, when you buy a pack of makeup sponges, just get a small pack, because you can cut those to any size you want. You don't have to use that big, you know, triangle cheese chunk to put your makeup on. It just you know, cut it smaller, like your finger. So that's the thing that I wanted to tell you about makeup. Really, if you can, avoid it, because you just want to keep your skin clean and protected and hydrated, and makeup is not something that we need to have to be successful. I also wanted to mention to you oils for the skin to help you add the oil to your moisturizer, and it will make your moisturizer more effective. It will sink into your skin faster, and it will stay hydrated longer. So you're going to take moisturizer, you're going to add some oil to it. The best oil to do that with would be grapeseed or jojoba oil. Jojoba is Jojoba. Jojoba is from the jojoba plant. It's natural, and it most closely mimics our sebum. So I've never seen anyone have any type of a negative reaction to jojoba. Coconut and olive oil are also two oils that a lot of people reach for. However, the molecule in those oils is larger than jojoba or grapeseed. So it doesn't really sink into the skin as effectively as it needs to. It more sits on top of the skin, and then you feel that greasy feel. So keep that in mind too when you do, you know, when you add your moisturizer and your oil together, that you may see a difference with the coconut versus jojoba oil. I've loved sharing this information with you, and I also want to thank Ironwood Cancer Research Center for inviting me. This concludes our Lunch and Learn for skincare for the oncology patient. Now we're going to open it up to questions from our video audience. Talk to you soon. Thank you. Yes, dehydration is probably number one. Not just your face, but your entire body could become dehydrated. Keeping your water levels high as far as consuming enough water to keep your body hydrated, things like your organs and so on healthy, and also to keep the detox process working. So dehydration is probably number one, and I see with that cracking of the skin because it is overly dry. And then I have seen rashes that some patients have experienced a rash, and as soon as they're finished with the treatment, the rash subsides and goes away. However, throughout the treatment, they do have to maintain good, clean, hydrated, protected skin so that rash is minimized. There is special training that an esthetician should go through for oncology aesthetics. I did, after I passed my boards, I did go and do that training and was certified in oncology aesthetics. There are spas that you can go to as long as you don't have any invasive treatments, and any person who understands the oncology patient knows that, and they know that the goal is to just provide exfoliation and hydration. But you can come to you can come to me because I'm oncology certified, but I know that there are a lot of people that go to spas, but full disclosure, just tell your esthetician that you're going through chemotherapy and radiation. And if she's not comfortable treating you, she'll let you know. Cancer patients, as I mentioned, have very dry skin. So when you wake up in the morning, your skin is probably not super oily. So what would be a good morning routine for your skin is to just splash some cool water on your face, and then take a toner and just mist your face with the toner. And then that way you can keep the skin hydrated. And just remember, when you do use a good toner, you should be able to use it all day long if your face is feeling dry. But that morning routine would be fine. The most important time to wash your face is before you go to bed at night, because that's when you get all the dirt off your face from the day. And our skin does its work building new skin cells, more collagen, elastin at night while we're sleeping. I talked with a dermatologist about this when I was going through my training. She told me that SPF 30, UVA, UVB, broad spectrum is very effective for taking care of the skin. You just have to make sure that you put it on effectively. That is a nice broad layer of it, and then also if you are in the water or whatever, to make sure you reapply. This is a treatment that I suggest to my patients, and actually I do it myself. Go to the store and get yourself some castor oil. Castor oil is something that has been around for years, like hydrogen peroxide, which is where you're going to find it in the drugstore or at Walmart or Target. You're going to find it on the lower shelf because it's not a high dollar item. Pick yourself some of that up, and then just before you go to bed at night, cleanse your hands and then put a dollop of that on. It's very thick, so you're going to spread it all over your hands. Put gloves on, preferably cotton. Yes, and then you should also do this to your feet, and then put socks on your feet. And when you wake up in the morning, you'll be amazed with how much softer and how healed your hands are. So castor oil really is a very good, inexpensive way to keep your feet and your hands nice and moist and soft.
Thank you for joining us for our virtual Lunch and Learn presentation. We hope you enjoyed this session. There will be a replay of this Lunch and Learn on the Ironwood YouTube and social media channels. For more information regarding our supportive care services classes and events, please email us at wellness@ironwoodcrc.com. Thank you for spending time with us today.